Coucou les coucous! De retour à Talos Principle, où on va continuer. Donc ici, on voit qu'il manque encore quelques trials. Et si je me trompe pas, ça nous amène vers le Hub World. On va continuer. Si je me trompe pas, la petite étoile qui est là représente un des puzzles plus complexes du jeu. Je vais probablement les ignorer, à moins que je les trouve facilement. Pour la plupart. Et on va probablement les revisiter vers la fin, quand je vais être rendu beaucoup plus loin. Poking a sleeping lion.
My child, you do not need to collect all sigils at once. You are free to return to this place whenever you choose.
Donc oui, il nous encourage à aller vers le Hub World. Vu que j'ai assez. Ça, c'était pas intelligent de ma part. Question. Si je fais option et je fais game option. Show hints, preferred view. On va rester comme ça. Subtitle, oui, je l'ai vu définitivement. Je voulais voir si j'avais pas un bouton pour continuellement courir. Malheureusement, il ne semblerait pas. Et d'un. Ok, il m'en manque un. Trio Bombasticus. Bon, on va avoir 3 quelque chose à gérer. Voilà les 3 quelque chose à gérer. Ok, seems easy enough. Je peux bien faire des boum. Donc, si on regarde le panneau, celui-ci. Only the two of us. Et voilà. Oups.
You are most
C'est la
diligent.
plus belle qualité.
Perhaps this trait will serve you well in times to come.
Donc, je pense que ça va être tout pour cette section. Pas pour aujourd'hui, mais pour la section. Ouais, il reste juste la petite étoile. Bibou, bibou, bibou.
You walk now upon the stones of my temple, whence many gates lead. And know that I have other temples, for my garden is greater than your eye can encompass. And all these worlds I made for you.
For me or for us? Il m'en manque un. Il me manque les 4. Cette technologie qui m'attend. Donc, 1, 2.
Let this be our covenant. These worlds are yours, and you are free to walk amongst them and subdue them.
Subdue.
But the great tower, there you may not go. For in the day that you do, you shall surely die.
Ok, il n'y a pas de Great Tower.
When I was a little girl, one of our teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make a time capsule. Write letters to the future so one day we could remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret. So, I guess I'm gonna make one now. Bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking, to keep thinking, for as long as I can.
Loading library session. Guest unknown. List. Access com portal. Network inaccessible. Encountered error. Run MLA troubleshooter. Loading Milton Library Assistant. Hello, guests. Is there something you'd like to help with today? About you. Alright, so on avait déjà vu. Troubleshooting. I think you'd like to help accessing network function. The most common cause of network problem is holding insufficient account privilege. Please enter the admin password to authenticate your privilege. Admin. Let me in. God. Trust no one. Login aborted. Too many failed attempts. Would you like to create a new admin account? Yes, please. In order to prevent unauthorized access to admin control, please take a moment to prove you are not a bot. You will now be asked for a series of input. Whoop. Okay. To care with data protection legislation, you must consent to have your response used to develop a broad psychometric profile. Raw response data will be deleted immediately. Your profile will only be made available to others administrator. Generating certification part 1. Part 1 ready for user input. Please complete all fields. Please answer quickly and instinctively. Time is a factor in this assessment. Begin certification program. Yes. 3, 2, 1. Q1, 2 plus 2 is 4. What is your subjective reaction to this image? Face. What best describes a person? A being of negative entropy, a problem-solving system, a rational animal, a citizen, a human being. You're walking through the desert and come across a thirsty traveler. His eye bulged from slow dehydration. You have water, but you're not sure how far it is to the next oasis. What do you do? In a flask for later. Ask about what you're doing. Offer half the water. Receive a notification part 2 has been generated. Alright. Fait que je suis en train d'essayer de me créer un compte. From Frank, 2 miles. Oh, ça a l'air d'être des frères ou de la famille. My first day at the Institute for Applied Noematics. On the way to work, malawa. I am terrified. What if they don't like me? What if they're all geniuses and completely buffoon? Maybe they were just kidding about letting me work there. Trembling, I walk in. Right at the entrance, there's a life-size poster of Jeff Goldblum. What the hell? Then I get it. Institute of Applied Noematics, Dr. Ian Malcolm from the Jurassic Park movies, Jeff Goldblum. Dr. Sarabhai shows up smiling. We're trying to find a cool acronym back when the institute was founded, she said. Inan, Yanpan, Inapno, It all sounded stupid, but we didn't just want to call it Ian, because, well, that's a name. Then someone made a joke about calling Jeff, and it kind of stuck, so we're officially called Ian, but if you hear anyone referring to Jeff, that's our internal name, I guess. I know, bloody geeks. Voilà une petite gorgée. Athena analysis. User Alex added 4 notes. Note 1. Novel first sentence. She woke up in an impossible place knowing nothing. Signifies more than the beginning of another amnesia-based mystery. Though we should not go so far as to read the entire work as an allegory. Rather, while taking the science-fictional novice at the core of the narrative at face value, we should... Ça me représente. Note 2. Having no inherent knowledge of the nature of the world, forced to rely on what we are told by others and what our own subjective, flawed, limited sense tells us, social reality belief and objective reality matters comes into conflict. Je me demande qu'est-ce que ça veut dire le code. Note 3. When in chapter 16, a second awakening in the kingdom of Artemis, the protagonist questioned her mentor on the... Note 4. A more meaningful interpretation can only be achieved through synthesis of... Talos Principle, le nom du jeu. Straton of Stageria. Where it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or as others say he was the creation of Hephaestus. What we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze, and he had but one vein, within flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was ichor such as flows in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. May we not then say that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, had all the essential properties of a man. He moved of his own volition, he spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desire. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If, then, a machine may have all the properties of a man and act as a man while driven only by the ingenious plans of its construction and the interaction of its material according to the principle of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine? This contradicts all of the schools of metaphysics, yet even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood. Okay, puzzle time! Ou lire des trucs. I can't tell if the document on the terminal are all that's left from a larger archive or are carefully designed to communicate some hidden truth. Sheep, version 69. Pas capable de le lire, lui. Bon. List, searching for locally. Error.log. Cannot load archive, Milton John. That day I often remember when from sleep I first awakened and found myself repose. Under a shade of flower, much wondering where and what I was, whence thither brought and how. Unknown error. Ian. The human machine. Topic number 3. One day you discovered that you're not a human being but a machine. Your life so far was a real. No one controlled you or programmed you to behave in some specific way. Your physical and mental capacities are identical to those of an organic human being, but you were created in a lab. No one except you knows about this. Your family, your friends, they all think you're a regular human being like themselves. You could continue to live your life the way you have before and nothing would change. How do you react? Pay specific attention to these questions. A. Does your concept of yourself change? Are you the same person you thought you were? B. Does your understanding of the world itself change? Or C, do you reveal the information to others, or do you keep it to yourself? And why? 1500, 2000 mots. The 26th is the final deadline. No extension will be granted. Submit via email or... Arrgh. Solutions. From Bob Rafoshki to 108 personnes. Arrgh. All these calm people are driving me mad. Have they all suddenly turned into Buddha or something? I didn't know the world had such reserves of serenity. Though these lighter days, Gaudamas are at least being somewhat realistic. You know what's even worse? Those paranoid nutter who are building bunkers and collecting guns. What are they gonna do? Shoot them? Though I have to admit the overall response has been much better than I ever anticipated, to the point where I might be moved by the beauty of humanity if I wasn't such a grumpy old fart. This minority of total idiot is really messing up my final days. Anyway, the reason I'm writing is because I refuse to believe in scenarios with absolutely no solution. If we all put our heads together, we can figure something out. It'll be crazy, but crazy is better than dead. Crazy is what we do best on this planet. Oh. Bon. On va essayer de faire un puzzle avant de quitter. Ok, toi. Non, ça c'est trop greedy faire ça. Toi tu bombes là-dessus, toi tu bombes là-dessus. Right, pas de voir ici. On est là.
Good. You are learning, as is your purpose.
Today I got the learns.
But your choices must be your own. Therefore, I will not guide you, unless it is necessary.
Alright, ça va être tout pour aujourd'hui. On va continuer la prochaine fois. Il n'y a pas un progrès très vite à ce que je peux voir, simplement parce que je veux m'attarder à l'histoire un peu plus. C'est une découverte pour moi, vu que je l'avais faite Je l'avais rushé, disons, quand je l'avais joué la première fois, mais là, ça m'intéresse un peu plus. Ce serait pas... Hop, allô, pilier. Ce serait pas un vrai playthrough si je prenais pas la peine de lire correctement tout ce qui se passe. Donc, on va recommencer la prochaine fois et on va lire les 2 notes qui sont là. Alors, au revoir et à bientôt.